So what is going on, guys? We are here with Mechanic Simulator. I did already go through the tutorial because the game is extremely not necessarily difficult, but it's definitely different than anything I've ever played before. It's a lot more in depth on the mechanical side. So I tried to do a little bit of a playthrough with the tutorial and stuff, and I just could not figure out the controls or anything like that. So I went ahead and got that taken care of. So I started up a new game, haven't done anything. All we did was skip the tutorial side of it because I don't need that again. So we are going to jump straight into this and check the mail and see what we have. So we've got a good old-fashioned visit to the mechanic. How long has it been since I've been to a normal mechanic for an inspection? Long enough that probably all the filters and brake pads need to be replacing. To tell you the truth, by the way, check all the fluids on the vehicle too. So we will accept that. I believe this will be our first job as far as career mode goes. So we've got this yellow beauty right here. Looks like it needs an air tank, an air filter, a front brake caliper, brake disc, brake pad for the front, brake pad for the right. So it doesn't have rear brakes, I assume. Unless it's in this drum right here, but we don't have to seem to mess with that. Well, what I would like to do is go ahead and go down to the motorcycle shop, since it's a little bit tricky to get back to it and stuff, and we will go ahead and find all of the product that we need. So we need an air filter, so we'll go ahead and buy that. Brake caliper for the front. I'm not sure if expensive stuff matters or not, but with the way his bike looks, I think original is going to be better for this bike. Front right, front left. So we also need a fuel valve. Now, the only thing I've done is change the tire. I don't know how to do anything else. I just know how to work the controls. So that doesn't mean that I will have the best ability to build this bike or the upcoming bike. If it starts getting a little bit hectic, then I have no idea what I'm doing. Throttle left and throttle right. That must be something down near the carburetor. Okay, so we'll start by disassembling the brake caliper. I do love the mechanics of the game. I mean, it's a good game. It's hard for somebody who's not mechanically inclined a little bit. I mean, you can learn it. I would think fairly easy. There was one bike I was having a lot of issues with. There we go. I couldn't seem to get the front tire off of the bike. I think it's the Spitfire is what it's called. It was in our tutorial that we played. So we will assemble the new brake disc. And it's kind of cool that you don't have to keep up with all the nuts and bolts. I mean, when I first played it, I was like, man, I wish you had to keep up with all that. But there's so much to do on the game already that if you had to walk every nut and bolt to a bin and keep up with all that, it would be a little tough on you. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen Mon Bazoo. If you haven't, check it out. I've got a couple videos on it. But on that game, you do have to walk every individual part and put it in storage, or you will definitely lose it. They've actually got a guy on the game that will go find lost parts for you. And I think we've got the front end pretty much assembled, so we will go ahead and knock this engine cover out real quick. I am ready to get into more of the more advanced stuff. I think it'll be pretty fun. So now we need to, this is the part I was having trouble with. I didn't know how to reassemble. So once I learned that, I was all right. I would assume to do the fuel valve, or petcock is what I would usually call it, we probably need to remove the gas. I don't, okay. Maybe not. Okay, so it removes it automatically, okay. And see, now you don't have any like stuff showing that it goes there, so you have to click assembly again. We'll put the new one on, back out, go to our tank. Pour some new fuel in here. I do not know how I found that easy, because I hadn't done fuel yet. The controls are pretty basic though once you learn them. Not too bad. I think the game's pretty good. Okay, so we got that done. Now we need to venture around. And I love how I mean, like, this bike is in your shop, guys. Like, this is pretty neat. I love the aspect of this game. I'd like to play the sandbox a little bit and just custom build my own bike. I think that would be pretty cool. Because I wonder if you can build like bobbers and stuff like that on here. Alright, so we've got this one pretty much taken care of. I'm not a huge fan of, I did test drive a bike. Not a huge fan of how it drives. We will go ahead and do this one as a test drive, just because I'd like for you guys to be able to see what it's like. I'm not a huge fan of the whole driving aspect of the game. I think they could have done a little bit better on that one. But you got your basic controls, you know, your left and your right. He leans real slow. It's just, you know, the driving aspect of it, it plays like a like an iPhone, you know, game that you would see somebody trying to get you to buy on Facebook or something. So I'm not a huge fan of that. So we'll go back to the shop and say that the bike's good. You know, we don't have to test drive them. I'd prefer not to, because I feel like it's just not fully developed on that end, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd much rather just build them and sell them, since that's what the game is the best at. So we finished up this one. So we've got a pretty big one right here, but it's not paying a lot. Can we choose which ones we do? I bought a dream bike at a bargain price. Obviously, it was a bargain for a reason. because it has something isn't right. Could you look it over for me? So it needs more acceleration, brake caliper front, high speeds. You can hear a rattle coming from the rear wheel. So this one seems like it's going to be a little bit of a guessing game. So we'll check this one out. That's what true mechanics have to do anyways. You know, you bring your car up there to them or your bike, and you just kind of have to figure out what's wrong with it. So I think this one probably does require a little bit of a test drive, huh? So we'll take it and we will. We can't take. Okay. I thought it was going to make me test drive it, but apparently not. There's a rattle on the rear end. I would assume that it's probably got something to do with those wheel bearings or something like that. If you can do wheel bearings on this game, I don't know if you can or not. Maybe it's just those little spacers. So we need more acceleration. I have no idea how to increase the speed of this. So we need a modern front brake caliper. Modern front brake caliper. Mud flap. I like that one. And we need to increase acceleration. So would assume that it'll tell me if something increases acceleration. Maybe we need a sprocket. Let's try a sprocket. Oh my God. So you're going to be all up in the transmission eventually, aren't you? Guys, it looks like this might be good for teaching you actually how to work on something. What can I do to increase acceleration? I thought it told you when something increased. Yeah. So hand or braking gets increased by 1. So what can increase acceleration? This is the kind of stuff that I don't quite understand. All I see is a handling increase. Let's see. Doesn't say anything about that being a bigger piston or anything. Guys, you have to bear with me. I'm a little bit, there we go. So camshaft or cylinder shaft will increase acceleration by 2. So we're going to go into the motor on this one, guys. Piston arm. All right, so I say we do a camshaft and I wonder if these bikes have like upgradable pistons and stuff. There they go. All right, we'll just do a we'll do a piston upgrade in this bike. I don't know if this is a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke. I'll have to probably yeah, it's a 4-stroke. Okay. But does that mean I need more than one piston? I don't know. I feel like that's tearing into the bike pretty deep. I'm not a oh, this one adds 3. You would think that exhaust would do a lot too. It does. Okay. So exhaust might be the way to go on this one. What is this? So your rims change your maximum speed. All right, we'll snag this right here. Oh, see, I should have bought this one. Yeah, we'll just... Oh my goodness, we can get 20 more? Here, let's just do... Yeah, let's just throw this one on there. We'll sell the other one. That's what we'll do. We'll sell the piston and stuff that we bought, so we don't have to go into the motor on this one. How do I take this mud flap off? Looks like I had to take the plastics all the way off to get to the mud flap, which I had to take that off anyways to get to the exhaust. So that's not a huge deal. Don't tell me there was an exhaust right and an exhaust left and I didn't pay that any attention. All right. So how do I take the... It's got bolts everywhere, guys. Just like real life. That's what makes me like this game a lot. I just recently, well, last year, rebuilt my own personal bike. So did we get a slip-on or do we get a full exhaust? Let's see. Inventory. How do I go to my inventory? Looks like we got a slip-on. We need to buy one more exhaust. I don't think that's the one we were supposed to get. No, it was this one. Guys, I am wasting money. I'm sorry. We can sell those parts though, hopefully for somewhat of the same price. Alright, so we are going to reassemble. Oh, wrong button. We're going to assemble this bad boy with a new mud flap. Go ahead and throw the exhaust on there. It looks like we can almost build a bike from scratch through parts on the internet. So that looks like that got us fast enough. And we still need to figure out the issue on the rear end. Let's just have a look at it. Let's look at the motorcycle status. Would that tell us anything? Let's just take this bolt out real quick. See if that tells us anything. See if we learned anything from that. Don't know what it needs. Has a rattle from the rear wheel at high speeds. Let's see. It's already balanced. 72% life on the tire. Let's look in our little bit of a shop here and see what we have for sale on as far as the wheels go. Can we look in our inventory and see what maybe is damaged? The chain. Okay, so the chain is 42%. So we will just buy a chain and see if maybe that is what it is. They're calling that the transmission chain. So we'll stick with that. All right, so we'll throw this back on here. I don't think there's anything else wrong with this thing other than the chain slapping. And that's might be what it is. So far, everything else is a 70%. So I don't think anything's really majorly wrong there. They don't have any type of wheel bearing or spacers. You see the axle's 72% as well. So we'll throw a new chain on it and there we go. We still got to change that front caliper real quick though. And we did not purchase one, so we need to go back and purchase a caliper. He needs a modern front brake caliper. Why is that not compatible? I thought... Why is it not compatible though? Do I have to change the... Is it the brake pads? Is that what it is? That would make sense. Different type of brake. Maybe it needs a... modern front left. We'll get that. Modern front right. We'll get that. We'll take... disassemble. Take those brake pads off. Yep, I think that's what it was, guys. I think that's what it was. Oh, where did I go? Throw that on there. So we bought 2 of those by accident. Hopefully we can sell these parts back for a decent price. If not, we have lost money on this one. Alright, so this one is done. Honestly, I am a little excited to see how this thing drives. I do want to drive it. We've got some places we can unlock later on too, like a junkyard and stuff like that. Build your own bikes and stuff. They said there's a lot. Oh, I like the way it sounds. Can we jump this? Oh, no, can't jump it. Alright, so after we wreck the customer's bike, you know, it's time to go back and sell the bike back to them. Hopefully everything is good to go on it. It looks like it is, so we'll click tab and go back to the customer. And let them know that we are done. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and look in our inventory and see if we can get rid of some of this stuff real quick. I know we spent more than that on that stuff, but it's okay. At least we got some of the stuff back. And I guess the next objective is going to be to check this out. I tried to join a gang, but they told me that my motorcycle was too poor of a condition to let me ride with them. What can you do about it? That one doesn't seem that fun. Mirrors. Mirrors. Oh, I was doing side quest. Okay. So this is a main quest. Hi, I recently visited a buddy who lives in one of the dangerous neighborhoods in our city. As a result, somebody stole my handlebars from my motorbike. Please install new handlebars and repair any faults on the machine. So we need to do the main story as well. Didn't realize that. Well, it looks like he's got handlebars. Oh, he's missing the components. Okay. So let's go to the shop. What kind of bike is this? So it needs a hand grip. Left. Does it matter? It doesn't matter what kind I put on it. So I'm a huge fan of these right here. So we'll throw those on there. I like those in real life. I wonder what would happen if I changed the handlebars. Would he get mad at me about that? So I think I'm going to try that and see what happens. Throw that on there. Throw those on there. Needs mirrors. God, those mirrors are ugly. We'll do a slick mirror. Hopefully that looks good. Needs a light front glass. Speedometer. Man, they stole the man's speedometer. Or is his just damaged? So it needs a turn signal as well. Okay, so we got everything we need as far as purchases go. Let's disassemble this. Oh, I guess it won't let me change the handlebars, will it? That really blows. I was hoping I could pop back up with some nice handlebars and surprise the customer. But I guess not. I wish it was this easy to install handlebar grips in real life. And we've got this one done. And eventually I think we will level up because I want to go play the sandbox so I can build my own bike, but at the same time I don't want to take it away from us. So I would like to hold on one second. Let me get this over here. I'd like to just be able to build up and do it on our career mode. And we'll have our own little bike. Let's get some of this clutter out of here. Some of this stuff adds character. We'll leave it for now. But we do have a lot of space back there though. So we are done with this one. And we'll go ahead and throw that up for finished. I want to do something. Oh, acceleration, max speed, and everything. Okay, I like that. I like that. Motorcycle has been uncomfortable to ride too, so we'll work on it a little bit. We'll see what we can do. I wonder if the seat is going to be for comfortability, or if it's going to be suspension, or both. So he wants this bad boy faster on top speed. Let's look at the stats of the bike. So what's our bike stats look like right now? So we need our acceleration to 64. Our max speed 6 more higher. But you know how we do. When you bring it over to Pop Rock's garage, you get more than what you asked for. So we're gonna go down into the shop. What is this thing? A night chopper? It's got to be this one, right? I think. Is it the Hawk or is it the... Yeah, it's the Hawk. Right? Yeah, it's a Hawk. Okay. So we were about to purchase the wrong stuff a second there. So we need the Hawk, not the Falcon. So we need some acceleration. Let's see what we can do for acceleration. We can give you some insane acceleration with that. So we'll buy that exhaust. Where's some max speed at? Does exhaust do anything with speed? No, just acceleration. We'll try this seat and see if that does anything. Don't know if it will or not. We might have to do suspension. Give me some top end, baby. Where's some top end at? So the rear wheel will change the top end a lot. Okay. I don't want to change one rim and not change both of them though. So it looks like without breaking into the engine, that these wheels over here are probably going to be our best bet as far as max speed goes. He doesn't need all that. We're going to keep the bike looking good. So it doesn't say anything specifically about stuff being more comfortable, but maybe the seat will be where it's at. There we go. Yep. So he just wanted a new seat on it. Oh, we forgot to buy a light cover. Forgot about that. That one says it's awesome, so we're going to buy that one. Well, not compatible. That's fine. We'll just throw the OG one back on there. You know, just be basic. That's what you want from me. Oh, we're buying a light cover. I'm sorry, guys. See, that's why you need to read. So we'll throw this nice looking one on there. That's what we'll do. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Now we need to reassemble our new one. Yes, I need a modern one. This is simply just me not paying attention, guys. Still learning how the game works. Maybe I won't forget that stuff later on. So now we've got to remove the front wheel. Got to take all of our components off the old wheel so that we can swap everything around. Now this is one of my favorite parts of the game right here. When we take the tire off, you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, so we've got that off. Let's go ahead and take the rear wheel off real quick. So it's held on with wing nuts. Okay. That's cool. Never seen that before. So many bolts, man. But if there wasn't enough, though, we would complain. So they definitely put in every little detail they could add to this game. It's almost like you work at a motorcycle shop. All we need now is an old man yelling at us, and it would probably feel like home. Alright, so we've got the back tire off. Look at the detail on that. I love this. Attach a tire. Oh no, that's not the one we want. Dismantle. Look at that. Just watch this. It's so satisfying. But I thought it made a little popping noise. That's why I did that. Alright, so let's attach the tire. This was the one that does the pop when you put it back on. Pop. Oh, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I'm a little scared of the motor work. I know it's going to walk me through it, but I don't know. I get scared of that stuff. I feel like it's real life and I'm going to mess up something. So we need to balance these bad boys so we can throw it on there. Look at that. We are getting business left and right. We've got more work to do. All right, let's balance the front one. I think that tire machine and that tire balancer alone just added to the game so much. That was a really good idea by the developers right there. I think that really that made a big difference on how this game could have played. This is how real mechanics do things, though. When they know how to work on one thing, they can work on everything. Is that how this works? Escape. Let's walk around to the other side. This is where I need to be. Guess the acceleration and stuff will jump up once I get this last bolt on. Please don't tell me I put the wheels back together the way that they came. Hold on. No, so... Oh, man. I put the wrong wheel on the back. Did I put the wrong wheel on the front, too? Oh, man. I really did that, didn't I? I honestly forgot what I bought for Excel. Oh, exhaust. That's right. You know, I didn't realize something. We accept the jobs for a certain price. So maybe I should be paying attention to how much I spend when I actually fix the bike to see if it eats into our profit margins or not. So maybe I should be paying more attention to what I do. Alright, I think that is pretty much it. That rim matches that one actually. So we are just going to leave that one alone. And we are going to tell this man that he is done. So I think we made a good bit of money off of that one. What did it just say? Hey, while in a junkyard recently looking for parts, my motorbike, I came across this rusty wonder. It needs a lot of work to make it roadworthy. But could you at least let me hear the sound of its engine? So battery, engine rotor, engine starter, main fuse. Well, she doesn't look that bad. You got this out of a junkyard? This is what junkyard bikes look like. We might be able to do something with that. We'll select all this and we'll sell it. Go back into our shop. What is this? A Texas Rider Classic, I think. Spitfire. This is the one. I think this is what this is. Is that a Spitfire? Yeah. This is the one I don't know how to take the front tire off of. So it needs a battery. Engine. Rotor cover. So he needs the engine rotor, not the cover. Okay, so we'll buy that. Starter. And a fuse box. Fuse box main. Okay. Alright guys, where's everything located at? Because I sure as heck do not know. I'm assuming everything's going to be in this little accessory box. Oh, there's the battery right there. Oh, there was nothing in there. Okay. I thought that was like a little... Oh, that's cool. You have to take the... You have to take it all off. Okay. How do I take the battery out? I think it's funny how they had the ground wire, because, you know, it's like the old school bike, like basic bikes that have the ground wire running to the frame. That's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and put this luggage thing back on here real quick. I don't think he'd be too happy if we took that off his bike and didn't give it back, so we'll put that back on. I don't know where an engine rotor is. Guess we'll look for engine rotary cover. Where is his fuse box and stuff at? There's the battery. See, I thought this is where... I thought it was going to be all inside of there, you know? What does the engine rotor look like? I don't even see the starter on this thing. There's the starter, right? No, that's the fuel pump. Starter's gotta be somewhere in here. That's your clutch. There's the fuse box. So I guess to get to the fuse box, I have to take this side cover off. What am I doing? Look at the detail of the little bit of scratches on the exhaust, like right there. So there's the engine rotor. That's a lot of bolts. How do I get it out? Is it saying I have to take this off? What am I missing? What am I not understanding here? Is there wires that lead everywhere? Am I going to have to disconnect all the wires? Is that what I'm going to have to do? We'll try it. Looks like I'm gonna have to disconnect all of this. I think that wire runs up to here. What is this? How do I take those off? That's what I want to know. Oh, this is that. Okay. We will get there eventually, guys. I could be taking all this off for no reason. I don't know. Oh, I don't have to take that off. Okay. So where does that last wire run to? Is it telling me? I hope this isn't all I had to take off right here. I like how I'm just taking this thing apart like I know what I'm doing. Because, man, I sure don't. Why do I take all of this apart? Because I don't know if I'm right or not. I'm just going with it because it feels like this is the right thing to do. I mean, it definitely it feels wrong, but like, I don't know of anything else to do. It's telling me it's lighting this up every time I try to take the fuse panel out. How do I get the rest of it off? Oh my goodness. If this is the correct way to do this. I cannot believe if this is right that you have to go through all this to change that one part. Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put it back together. There's no way I'm doing this right. What if I can't remember how to put it back together? What in the world am I supposed to do? Don't tell me it was just the battery. Oh my God, it was just the battery. Was it just the battery for real? Did I do all that and I wasn't supposed to? Okay, don't panic. You're a master mechanic. That's why they've got you in here working on these bikes by yourself. You know, you know what you're doing. I think it should be fairly self-explanatory. Let's add a main fuse panel before we get all this going, just in case I was sort of right. Well, at least we know now how it looks inside the transmissions. Not scared to go break them down now, so that's nice. Looks a little bit different than the clutches I've built and stuff like that. I don't think it would let me put the cover on without everything being assembled on here. Right? Could you imagine if you have to set timing and stuff on the motor? That would be ridiculous. I was just thinking, like, I wonder how much detail it goes into with the motor. I mean, we took everything off. I'm sure to you guys that watch this video are gonna be like, why is he doing all this? No, stop, don't do it. But I had no idea what it was asking me to do. This is how I felt during the tutorial. I just didn't know what it was wanting from me. I'm sure the further along we get too, then the harder it gets, the more it's going to be like, what in the world am I supposed to do? What is it asking me? That's the only thing I don't like about the game, is I feel like it doesn't explain enough to people who probably wouldn't understand, you know, mechanics and stuff like that. Luckily, it's not taking too long to put this thing back together, though. It's a real relaxing game, though. I'm enjoying all this. Honestly, I mean, it'll be a lot cooler when I get to build my own stuff, I think. Now we'll put the battery back in. There we go. Oh, now we can put the engine rotor in. So I guess we needed to take that apart anyways. I think that's what the recharge, I think that's the recharging system for the bike is what that is. Where was the starter at in that whole situation just then? I just noticed that. We still have to replace the starter. Did anyone happen to, where was the starter at? Man, is it inside of here? It probably will be. Guys, I have no idea where the starter is at on this bike. To be sure, it's not on this side, is it? Oh my goodness. Back to square one. If I had a little bit of common sense with mechanics, this would be a little bit easier. Guys, I do... starter sprocket. There we go. Okay. Makes sense. I mean, that's where the crankshaft is and stuff, so... I'm used to them coming in on the other side. I haven't... Or, you know, sitting right between both of the heads. We're gonna get this one done in this video. I'm gonna finish this bike. I feel like I've actually been working on a bike today. And like, it's my bike and I want it to run. Could you imagine if you just took these bike parts off like Mon Bazoo and you just had like all that just laying in your shop on the floor? Make sure we put the correct one in. As soon as we get these little things buttoned up, we will be done on this bike. And I think we are done, guys. Man, that was something else. I really went around my butt to get to my elbow on this build. But anyways, This is our first look at Motorcycle Simulator 2021, I think is what it was called. But guys, we are going to give this a save and pick back up where we left off. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this series. Comment below and we will continue to do it.